And just like that, we're back with another Oracle card review. What's up, everybody? It's your favorite hood healer. It's your favorite hood high priestess. It's your favorite motivational dominatrix. It's your favorite auntie, captain, pirate, goddess, king, LadySpeech in the place to be, and I want to welcome you back to my channel. You could be anywhere in the world, absolutely, positively, anywhere in the world. As a matter of fact, you are somewhere in the world, and you're also sharing a bit of time and space with me. Your time, space, and attention is valuable currency. So thank you, thank you, thank you for that. If you like what I'm doing, if you like what you see, if you are feeling any of this, and if you are feeling any of me, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that notifications bell so you can keep up with all my shenanigans and happenings and goings ons and things. Now, let's get into this Oracle card review, shall we? Let me introduce you to the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck. First and foremost, where can you get this deck? You can find this deck on Amazon. You can also find this deck in some, not all, apothecaries and magical stores or botanicas, baby. This deck was given to me by one of my sugar honey dumplings, one of my followers. This was on my Amazon wish list, and someone picked it up for me. So thank you, thank you, thank you for that. Let's get into it. First and foremost, packaging. When I received this, it came just like this. It was wrapped in cellophane, so very simple packaging. This box is beautiful. It's a sturdy box. Now, y'all know I love a good box. So this is a very sturdy box, a very thick box. This is a box that I feel comfortable keeping the cards in for a while until this wears out. I really feel like because I keep my cards nice and I keep them nice and organized, this is the box itself is going to last for a long time. I like this box because the artwork is beautiful. And also we've got these little gold shimmery hints. You know I like the glitter. I love it when it shines, baby. I love it when it shines. This is a 55 card deck that contains a guidebook as well. Let's take a look at the inside of the box. It has two quotes. This first quote that is on the bottom of the box says, "I set the intention that whatever is gained from the lessons learned from this tool will be dedicated to the growth of all beings in all places." This next quote says, "Guardians of the four corners, mother in the earth, father in the sky, angels, ancestors, sacred ones, I call on you and welcome you here now." So I would actually consider this more of a prayer. I love both of those. I love the fact that they have these incantations inside of the boxes to power up the cards themselves. Speaking of the cards themselves, let's take a look at those. These cards are beautiful. Let's get into it. So this is the back of the card. This is on every single card. You can see that there is an owl flanked by two antlers on top of a medicine wheel. At the center of the medicine wheel, you will find a cross. You will also find the sun, the moon, and the stars. And if you look closely, you will see depictions of people, of animals, of tribal or ancestral life. The back of the card is got this blue tone type color, and it looks almost like it is a painting, like a marble, or like it's marble, or that it's or like it's an oil painting. So this is really beautiful. I like the back of the cards. The card itself is thick, which I'm a big fan of. So I've been reading for over 20 years. I've been a professional reader for over 20 years, and I love a thick card. One of my pet peeves is super thin cards, because you're gonna be shuffling, your cards are gonna be all over the place, they're gonna be handled, and they need to be able to sustain all of that handling. So I really am a big fan of the thickness of the card. I'm also a fan of how big they are. So this is an Oracle deck. I don't think this is too big, and I don't think this is too small. I have Oracle decks that are much bigger than this, and I have Oracle decks that are smaller than this as well. I think this is a really good size for the cards. When we take a look at the front of the cards, the artwork on the front of the cards is absolutely magnificent. We've got a lot of realism going on here. I appreciate that. We've also got a lot of symbology and a lot of symbols to look at in the back of the card. These cards are real in depth, okay? You can spend a minute, you can spend a while just getting lost in the background images, getting lost in some of the symbols in the card, like even just the bird. The artwork on the card is really, really beautiful. The artworks on these cards is really, really beautiful. I do like the fact that these cards are pretty diverse. You're gonna find images of white people, native indigenous people from all across the world, Aboriginal people, African people. You're gonna find images of a lot of different types of people in these cards, which I'm all about diversity, baby. I am all about diversity. One thing that is interesting about these cards is that they utilize some of the language from tarot. Again, this is an angels and ancestors oracle deck, but you will find cards like the Hermit. And this is the first time I've seen a kind of a crossover between tarot and oracle cards. It might have been done before. I have yet to see it. This is the first time I kind of see it. Not all of the cards mimic you know, placements in tarot, but some of them do. So I think there's like yeah, like this one. So this is the Peacekeeper card right here. That is definitely not in traditional tarot at all. So not all of these cards mimic, but there are some of the cards that carry some of the energies of tarot. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Again, really appreciate all the diversity in this card. It's gonna be easy for a lot of people to find their reflection in the cards. So I'm all about that. What I like about this is that it's an angels and ancestors card. So it speaks a lot to tapping into your ancestry and tapping into your ancestor work. If you've seen any kind of magic videos on this channel, you know I'm big on doing our ancestor work. So I really, really like it. I can see myself using these cards to answer direct questions. With the way that these cards are set up, you can definitely utilize the book, but also it's really easy to kind of decipher the meaning of the card with the actual meaning just put at the bottom. Like this one is the Stargazer card, and it's all about setting your sights higher. So it's really easy to infer the meaning from what it says, and also you can get to a lot of what the card says with looking at the images around it. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So you can, without the book, without the guidebook, you'll be able to open this up. I really feel like this is gonna be a good deck for beginner readers. This is gonna be a good deck for younger readers as well. This is just, it's a fun deck, it's a cute deck. When we talk about the images that are on the card, I appreciate it because there's a lot of like ancestral, tribal images, but then there's also a lot of modern day images. Let's go back to the Stargazer card. This is obviously this could be in the 60s, the 70s, this could be in the 80s, this could be right now. This dude is wearing a robe, he's got his telescope, obviously. So I like the timelessness of the cards, but I also like that there is a little bit of modernness to some of the cards, and there is also some ancientness. Like there's a Shaolin Master card, freaking amazing. So I like the cards. I think they're absolutely wonderful. They got this kind of matte finish, so they're not like super shiny, but still it enables the artwork still shines. The artwork still shines. They're super, super colorful. Now let's get into this. So I told you a little bit before that these are structured in different ways. So you do have a block of cards that are this. And what is this again? This is these cards are referencing the book right now. These cards contain the seasons and the warrior symbols. Yeah, so these are the seasons and the warrior symbols, excuse me. The card deck again is 55 cards deep, and these take up 8. These are 8 of the cards. So we've got the snake, we've got the sun. Again, a reference to tarot. We've got the seasons. So this is what these cards look like, and then the rest of the cards look like this, you know, different variations of it. So Loving the cards, loving the thickness, loving the look of it, loving it. I think these cards are really, really nice. It's a different, like I said, this is a different way of structuring Oracle cards, and you can kind of do whatever you want with Oracle cards, you know what I'm saying? You can do whatever. There's no like rule. You can have as many cards as you want. They can look like whatever you want. You can structure it how you want. So this, I think this has a really unique setup. I really like these cards. I think, again, good for beginners, good for baby readers, good for the young ones. Easy to gather your interpretations. Now let's talk about this book, this guidebook. Now y'all know I love a good guidebook. One of my pet peeves with tarot decks and oracle decks is flimsy guidebooks. I absolutely hate that. I absolutely hate that. I absolutely hate that. I hate that because I'm a little rough on my things, and I hate that because those little flimsy books tend to get damaged really easy, and also the font tends to be very, very small. So let's get into this book. Number one, I love it. This is a good book. This is an actual mini book, which I'm a big fan of. Loving the binding. It's a sturdy book. It's a very strong book. It's kind of a thick little thing. It's got a little slim thickness going on there. My beefs with this book. I think my biggest beef is the font is a bit small, okay? The font is a bit small, so if you have issues with seeing, definitely bring your glasses, okay? I also think that the pictures could be just a bit lighter. They put all of the pictures in black and white, and some of the pictures, because of the artwork, come across very, very dark. You can still see the picture. You can still obviously see that this is the picture that goes to the card, but I wish that they lightened that up a little bit. And also, it would have been really cool if that could have been in color. I also know that costs a lot, so I know, but it would have been really cool if that could have came in color. Other than that, I think it is beautiful the way this is set up. First off, they have a mini message. So, and then they have the about, and then they have an extended message, which I'm all about that. So if you want a quick, this is what this card means, it has that. Then it gives you, the about place tells you about the placement of the card or what the card is called. And then the extended message if you want to get a lot more in-depth, and you know, insight into that card. So I really appreciate it. Each card takes up 2 pages, or each card description takes up 2 pages. So the first page has the picture of the card, and then we have the quick message, and then you have the about section, and then you have the extended message on there, okay? So, loving the book. This book also gives you ideas and as far as how to cleanse your deck, and instructions on how to cleanse your deck. It also gives you instructions on how to work with your deck, and it gives some pretty good some layouts. So if this has like a good 3 to 4 layouts on here if you want to use these layouts, or if you have your own layouts, you can do that too. So I love the book. I think it's a good book. Like I said, my only beefs are the font could be just a little bigger and the pictures could be just a bit lighter, but after that, I think this is a comprehensive book. It's easy to understand. The language isn't too esoteric. It's not too woo-woo that you won't be able to get what the hell is going on, okay? The descriptions are very, very good, and I like the extra information that it gives. I love the extra information that it gives. Again, this continues to be, I'm going to continue to say that this is a really good book for beginners, because just for that information. There's a lot of folks who get cards and they don't know what to do with them, and a lot of cards don't explain like ways of maintaining your cards, but this book does. So again, this is a really good book in my opinion for young readers. If you've got some young mystic kids in your life that want to learn how to read themselves or learn how to read other people, this is going to be a good book. Or just beginning people who are just starting out and you want to get into oracle cards, I like this. The book is good, the cards are good, it's simple, precise, concise, clear, easy to read, and easy to understand. As far as how much these cards are, it is $21.99 in the US and $28.99 in Canada. So all in all, I think these are really beautiful cards. I am loving the artwork. I can already tell that I'm gonna get lost in the artwork. They're very easy to read with, and they're very easy to interpret. And also, I have a feeling that I'm going to be using these cards on a lot of like direct questions or yes or no questions. I can feel that that is where I'm going to use most of these cards. You will see me use these cards in on my readings on Sunday. So, you know, I'm currently doing the Sunday service soul food spiritual tea sessions, you know what I'm saying? So you will definitely see these cards featured at some point during those sessions, as well as if you end up getting a personal reading from me, you may see these cards in your reading. You never know. It's like you do know, because I just told you you're gonna see these cards. And that's that on magic. And that's that on divination. And that's that on the angels and ancestors card review. I hope you have enjoyed this review. I am enjoying reviewing these oracle cards and oracle decks and tarot decks for you. Definitely, I would suggest going out and picking up that deck if you are looking for a new oracle deck to have. Once again, you can order that off of Amazon, or you can look to your local apothecaries, botanicas, and magic stores, because they may have this in stock. All right, you guys, that's it for today's video. You already know the drill. If you like what I'm doing, if you like what you see, if you are feeling any of this, and if you are feeling any of me, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. And make sure you hit the notifications bell so you can keep up with everything I'm putting down over here. Just in case no one has told you today, thank you for being you. Thank you for being you. You are pretty damn awesome. And on that note, it's time to go. So I'll see you in the next video. Peace.